haven't uploaded since like September. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say the YouTube grind actually slowed me down. I'm going to say I slowed me down. I definitely did burn myself out in Miles of Mayhem. We're gonna change that strategy up this year on video uploads. It didn't help to upload every day. And then we're gonna try and focus on some higher quality videos for that style. So we got some race days hopefully coming up in the spring. Obviously there's still snow outside. But hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Running Joe. Wait, not Running Joe Off-Road. No, it's now just Running Joe. I gotta start taking the channel a little bit more seriously. And we're going to rebrand a little bit. I love the Running Joe. There's a ton of different ways of spinning it. I think most people know me as Running Joe Off-Road, RJO, and that's fine. But we're going to spin it just a hair different this year, and we're gonna start this year with just being Running Joe. For the first little bit of the year, it's gonna be Running Joe Off-Road on YouTube still, but it's going to be Running Joe is what we're referring to ourselves. I'm going to work on building a web-based structure on getting the channel known as Running Joe, not Running Joe Off-Road. And as that starts to pick up steam, as I notice more and more kind of algorithms based off the Running Joe portion, we will be moving on from there. The idea is to incorporate the motorsport side, the shop side, not just being an off-road based channel. As we all know, I haven't really produced much off-road content since I went full balls to the wall with the Jeep. And it's not that I don't love my Lexus, it's just I'm not in love with my Lexus. And that might be a complicated answer, but we're kind of going to get more into that as we go. I'm actually just picking up running mate from Miles of Mayhem, and I'm actually not going to make him get in the truck with snow. This is the first video of 2023. It's actually my first filmed video, actively filmed video since Miles of Mayhem. And it's for good reason.
Yo.
And we have a new project. Well, possibly, potential new project. We're actually, Paul and I are going to check out a pretty cool little truck. If you're from the Lloydminster area, you've probably seen it, not so much in the last year, other than it maybe run into town, run out. As you kind of know me, I like trucks that stand out a little bit more. You know, Tiffany's no prime example. I should do an update video on ownership of Tiffany and why I'm making a decision to not daily drive Tiffany here in the near future, especially during the winter. But anyways, I'm going to get to hanging out with Paul because I really haven't seen him since 2022, other than online. So I'll see you guys very shortly. Well, we're just pulling up to Marwayne, home of the Marwayne Sled Outlaws. We're going to go meet up with Mark. If you've watched any of like this video where we worked on Mark's Chevy pickup, he has an opportunity to pick one up pretty similar to it that's already Alberta registered, and he's got a second gen Dodge Ram that I've been interested in. I've been eyeing up. I get a little jealous once in a while of it. Not super jealous, but I need a daily driver. Anybody that has driven a Cummins knows they're not that great in the winter, and honestly, a 1-ton life is rough every day. It's okay. I get to work, everything's fine, but man, the wear and tear of the truck that I'm putting on it every day is horrendous. So we're gonna go take a look at this truck, take it for a test drive. It's a 5-speed truck, and yeah, we'll be doing a walk around shortly. Hey guys, well, here we are. It has been a hot minute since I've drove an actual stick. So this is, I don't know what year it is actually.
Like
It's
99?
I'm guessing like mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
1500 two-wheel drive 3.9 liter V6. when we get outside, you'll kind of be like, you'll see why I'm attracted to the truck. Now, condition-wise, for the year, it is in good shape. The market's pretty wide on them. Unfortunately, the 3.9 does decrease the value in general. And my big thing is, I want to stop this from going, before it goes to open market, I want to stop it from going to a high school kid, because it will. And actually, for a 3.9, I'm actually pretty impressed with how like peppy it does feel. Now that said, like, it is a 3.9 liter V6, but it has the basis, the bones that I'm after, which is a NV3500. How cool would this truck? How cool would this truck be in a drag and drive? We're gonna get to the spot here. We're gonna go for a highway drive. I'm gonna stop here for a little bit. We're gonna go for a highway drive and see what it feels like. Well, here we go onto the open highway. That's matted. Oh, that's fifth. Maybe that isn't fifth.
No, it was. You were fifth at first.
She's a V6. Good oil pressure. See if cruise control works. Oh my god, that's fifth wide open, like pit to the pedal.
Oh,
Going up a hill.
oh, dude, she's not. The 3.9 was never good, but this is bad. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. I think that's more than Mark thinks it is. It shouldn't struggle that bad. Like, that's fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something else.
There's something else wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm matted to the floor at 95 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not this slow.
No, they're not this slow.
No.
And it's got definitely needs a, okay, on, sit.
And we're fairly flat ground here, and we can't accelerate in fifth gear.
So it's a town truck right now.
Yeah.
I can't get cruise control. Now that could be just that could be the check engine light. There's currently a check engine light on the truck.
Oh, yeah.
You pretty much got to cruise in fourth right now to maintain speed. And yeah, like, it's got I think a wheel balance issue. Windshield's in pretty good shape. Stereo actually sounds pretty good. Whether he's gonna let me keep the stereo or not is gonna kind of be a bit of a factor. I'm gonna tell him that I gotta keep the deck, keep the subs. I'll put my own subs in. But let's get back to a parking lot. We can do a walk around. Yeah, didn't expect fifth gear to have nothing in it. Oh yeah, she's sunny. I should have brought my sunglasses, but I didn't. Here's your first look at it. Drivability, it's got a vibration. Now that could just be a tire balance. Tires actually feel really good. For a two-wheel drive, it's not struggling in the winter roads, which is kind of super critical for me, because this will be kind of a winter daily driver as well. But yeah, it does sound pretty good. I'll start it up after, and it does sound pretty good for a V6, exhaust wise. But overall, it drives fairly nice. Pretty happy with the way it kind of handles itself. Fifth gear obviously is an issue. Good. Here you have the little 233. 3 point, I guess it would be more than that. It'd be like that's just a head number, I guess. It's got 3.9 liter V6. Some wiring to fix up. This is to keep the rad warm, because he's it like when I say, like, it was running 100 degrees on the open highway right now, and it's not that cold today. So if it's just maintaining 100 right now, be interesting. Probably looking for a sport bumper just to kind of match the front end, and kind of go from there. Grill will probably get changed, but no, it feels good. Brake fluid needs a change, not a huge issue. We can do that. Yeah, she's burnt. But and then let's see what the power steering looks and smells like. Power steering is good. It's just, yeah, power steering fluid needs to be adjusted. I don't know if you can see that. That's not red, that's burnt. It's got an electronic fan control, because it's a electronic fan instead of a clutch fan, but he said otherwise he had no power. I'm in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, I think. We'll try and polish this paint, see if we can bring some life to it, but it's pretty beat up, so I might have to actually just wet sand the truck and give it a fresh coat of paint on the red. I don't mind the paint pattern on the hood, on the over the windshield cowl and the rear cowl, but from a driving perspective, it feels good. As Paul said, like, there's something definitely wrong if we're in fifth flat out on a flat ground, not able to go any speed game. But I had a stuff me and Mark will need to talk about. Like, I'm guessing the stereo, I'll tell him the deck's got to stay, but he can take his subs and stuff, because I'm not going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for his subs. I'll probably put subs in because it's going to be my everyday driver, but it does drive good. It's got that we'll have to touch up here. The things that kind of we're going to have to work with: the stock rims and tires. Probably keep the Marwayne Sled Outlaw. I'll probably keep the Marwayne Sled Outlaws sticker, but like the Harley Davidson logo and stuff like that will have to go. But like overall, and he can keep his toolbox. I don't care about the toolbox. The toolbox is not something I'm gonna need in town. But
Need some work.
like a 5.7 and 300 shot.
Yeah.
Talking that maybe I take this on Miles of Mayhem. If I could kind of find some major sponsors, I'd probably actually try and find a 5.7 that needs maybe a head gasket or even just a cam. Bolt the 5.7 to this NV 3500 Holley Terminator, maybe even a Fuel Tech, but Fuel Tech's a lot more money, like a lot more money. We were talking like $4,000 or $5,000 Canadian margin, and maybe take this on Miles of Mayhem, maybe. But fitter his cigarette. We're kind of gonna go chat with Mark and negotiate a little bit. I think, make sure on the same page. I'll kind of show him some examples what I see on Facebook, and kind of talk dollars and cents. It needs an e-brake cable. There's no e-brake cable left on it. So I was gonna actually film the negotiation, and it wasn't much of a negotiation. Paul and I had kind of already said the max I was gonna pay was $2,500, and I was leaning towards the 2, try and get it for a little cheaper, which puts a Hemi into it, but neither here nor there. We picked up the truck for $2,500. On the 28th, I'm going to pick it up from him. He'll come to town, hopefully, and he'll get everything that he needs done to make it transfer happen. He'll pick me up. I'm going to go to the registries, register all of my vehicles for the year, get insurance on it. I'm actually just going to put basic liability. That's it. I'm not going to put full coverage on it, because my insurance is getting a little crazy. But after that day, I've got a truck I can drive every day to work for the next month or so and not rely on this thing. So yeah, no, in about a week we'll have a new truck in the YouTube family. I would have have filmed in his garage, but there's a lot of stuff in his garage that, and honestly, I don't need people knowing what's in his garage. He's a pretty private individual, so to speak. His family is though, like his in-laws and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna get some lunch. Give you guys a quick food review at Cat Tracks in Marwayne, and then yeah, next video should be delivery, talking about what the future of the channel is, what the future of some projects are, like a certain Acura that's sitting there that I tentatively have sold. So chat with you guys soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the